We have a few fishermen left down here, but it's not many. You got to love this to do it. I mean, it's got to be into you. And I don't really know how to explain it to you, but I love it all. I mean, it's just a way of life I just love. Anybody that makes a living off of the land should be interested in producing a litter, because every time somebody throws a piece of junk or trash in there, that's going to end up litter somewhere. In fact, I even pick up trash sometimes. I see it floating in the water.
If you've lost connection to your backyard, you've lost connection to the world. I mean, it just is what it is. That was just instilled in us from an early age, that if you're going to enjoy something, you have to be a part of protecting it. And so that's what a conservationist is. You know, we get confused being an environmentalist. And what we feel like is it's our job to protect these natural places, especially in an increasing urban world, to where people that live in an urban setting can go feel a connection to nature, and that symbiotic relationship that we're all in this together is just a key part of what we drive to as a company.
What we're gonna do, Andres,
it never was in my mind to go develop a product, invent it, never entered that. But, you know, growing up around these commercial fishermen, you know, I've always been a break it and fix it kind of guy, and it turns out inventing things really tied into that. So we're doing a volunteer cleanup. We picked up a couple hundred bags of trash out of a 400-yard urban waterway. The lament of it's gonna rain, the litter's coming back, what do we do about it? And we came up with a concept for a more tactical, small stream litter collection device. It became the Litter Getter. Started that on the side, and that has grown into a business today. We're in 9 states doing that work. Original device, as we came up with it, was chicken wire and pool noodles. And as we made that first trap, it kind of floated nice. It looked good in the water. And so the next trap was a little more durable, the first one we put out. I had my career, 20 years with a Southeast Regional Engineering firm, executive position, great job. Thought I was going to retire from that company. And then as this business took off to really go kind of feed your heart a little bit more than just feeding your family, we began this process and left my day job 2.5 years ago to do this full time.
People often ask us why the name Osprey Initiative. So we love the story that with the right scientific approach to fixing problems, you know, the Osprey is a perfect example of something that can come back. It kind of became a symbol for environmental corrective action. And then also the Osprey, you know, they make their living from the water. They're the true fish hawk, and we make our living from the waters.
One of the interesting areas across the board where we work are the folks and the partners that we engage with. And regardless of the sector you come from to work with Osprey, whether you're volunteer, client, or an employee, you gotta kind of bring a passion to what you're doing, because it's not fun, safe work. It's dirty, nasty, hard work with a high level of data. With that day, as that day ends, now we're doing the paperwork. So as we do a lot of that, we just are attracting what we call our partners, and it could run the gamut, or just folks that like what we're doing and then also realize the role they can play in.
As long as I can remember, we've somewhat grown up like brothers. Drug through these swamps and fishing and hunting since we were both kids. We both know each other's quirks, ins and outs, and we both think a little bit differently, so it's great bouncing ideas off of each other. I feel like it's a really good relationship, and he likes to be a little bit tough on me, somewhat like a little brother a lot, so, and it's completely understandable. Anytime you can get out and deal with nature, in my opinion, it helps mentally with a reset of doing away with a lot of the daily stresses, the daily grinds, being able to just reset and refocus on some stuff that we kind of forget matters. So we gain a lot of perspective by getting out in the environment, doing things that not only help ourselves, but help other people, help the environment that we're in.
I think my favorite part about my job is that I was very much raised that you leave a place better than you found it, and I feel like I'm doing that on a daily basis where I get to engage with people and also help them leave our place better than we found it. We are definitely a big family here at Osprey. We tend to, joke around and have as much fun as we can while still being serious on job sites and stuff like that. So we really just try to keep each other organized, and I think my biggest role is honestly just keeping us all moving in a forward direction.
We started our company 5 years ago in Mobile, Alabama, but the origins really go back to growing up in the area around Manchac, Louisiana. We go back 3 or 4 generations in the waters of Lake Maurepas and Lake Pontchartrain. My grandfather, he was one of the original game wardens in Louisiana. And then today, my Uncle Charles, he's 80 years old, still crabbing, and nephews and cousins still crabbing and making their living out of the waters in the area around Manchac.
Great-grandfather was one of the original game wardens in the state of Louisiana.
It's kind of cool to be, with my dad and building something that could produce a legacy on down the road, and it's just kind of become a thing to where this is what we want to do, and we both have found something that we really love to do. Think of us as, we're the badasses that go and we attack this litter and this issue that has been a problem, and let's get rid of it.
A lot of our clients are coming to us. We've not had to really reach out to anyone. So for those clients, I say thank you for caring about the environment enough to take the first step in the initiative of preventing land-based litter at its source. Our goal is ultimately to be run out of business. That Dawn has told me that from day one. If there is no more litter in the world, we're happy. 100%, we'll go find another job. We've done our job then. Until that point, we just hope that all of our clients see the reason behind what we do and continue that work.
Our coalition raised money, and we went and bought a boom with a kayak rollover in it, and we called Don and said, would you guys, give us a price to empty our boom professionally for 1 year so we can use this as a demonstration model to show our city that this is so easy to do. On a Saturday, we took the boom and we piled it into a kayak. We paddled upstream and we tied it to 2 trees. And then we brought in 40 volunteers that same day, and they cleaned, about 5 or 6 miles. And then we had some on foot. In under 8 hours, we had a 24/7 litter-free paddle trail, historically for the first time ever in Baton Rouge. It was a miracle. When I met Don, I knew he was perfect for us. I knew that Osprey would pivot. If we had a problem over here or over here, he would just, be like that guy going down the field, just dodging all those other players and pushing them away. That's Don. Just get them out of here. I'm getting to the end here.
I've seen the differences that the litter getter has made. The waterway we installed it in is Ponchatoula Creek, which is a huge water body that drains a good significant part of Tangipahoa Parish. And as even a little child, I could go out on one bridge and watch the water go under and just see the trash floating by. And it's right down from my house. So I knew that water was full of litter. And so we worked on a location and got it set up, and it's collect over thousands of pounds and cubic yards of debris since it's been installed. When we have volunteer litter days, we'll get tons of people that come out and help walk the ditches and pick up and stuff, because they know we've been preaching and explaining and educating that plastic cup that goes out into the ditch, when the rain comes, it goes down to the river and then it gets to the litter getter. Or if we don't have a litter getter, it comes all the way to the lake.
when we can identify a community or a community reaches out to us about dealing with this litter, we're very adaptable how we work with them because it might take a little while, but that's the beginning of a community that wants something better. They have a higher level expectation. And so it's, again, one of those litmus test things that you see in a community that if they're working on that, they want their community to improve. And we're seeing that in some of the biggest cities in the Southeast that we're working with. That little bulb, that little spark has started. And we might start with one litter getter in one ditch or one tactical cleanup. But once that works and they see what you can do to improve it, and it grows from there, it's really amazing what we've seen in 2 or 3 cities now that we're doing a ton of work and people are noticing it. Just one of the neatest things about our business today is over the last 5 years is the increasing commitment from corporate America to really lead the sustainable movement. A lot of companies have to deliver their product however they're going to deliver it, but wanting that material back and these companies stepping up, committing to funding the avenues to make sure that's happening is really something that's important to see and makes us feel good that there is a great future ahead of us if we start taking care of our footprint and helping other people take care of theirs. That's how we build solutions as this world continues to grow. It's been pretty inspiring to see one of the biggest, most recognizable brands in the world willing to put some stuff out there, try some different things, even changing some of their well-known branding trademarks to fit sustainability. We're very excited to partner with Coca-Cola to help do our part to help them get this plastic back. Neat thing for Coke is their commitment, their corporate commitment is by 2030 to be 50% recycled content across their line of products. As part of that, we have to do our part as Americans, as people in this world, to recycle and get that material back so they can meet their corporate goals of sustainability.
I like to think about where else we can be going with this. I like forward thinking. I love what we're doing now, but it doesn't mean that we can't get better at what we're doing. It doesn't mean that we can't come up with new ideas. As long as we are progressing in our mission, that's what I'm here for.
I think everyone in this industry has that same dream. Everyone I feel like that I talk to has some sort of love, some sort of memory that they hold dear from the outdoors that they then want to protect it for future generations.
Our eureka moment was we came up with the concept for the original litter getter, put it in that stream. First rain flush had 10 cubic feet of litter, and the bank south or downstream of that trap was pretty clean. And then what really inspired us was as we were working there over time, we had a guy and his kids cleaning out there with a weed eater one day, and I didn't know what he was doing. I thought he was messing with my trap, and I come out and kind of asked him, "What are you up to?" And he had said, since this place has become so clean and the litter's removed, my kids like to come down here, the weeds had grown up, and I'm gonna weed eat and take care of this. This wasn't his property. It was just a place that his kids could come see nature. And really that was the epiphany, that regardless of the naysayers, regardless of the negativity of you're picking up litter and it's just gonna come back, those are the people that we wanna help impress, and they're helping us as much as we're helping them. With everybody doing a little bit, we can do a lot.